Me on the other side.
Like, okay, I'll give an example about myself. I think I would really go for a woman or a lady who is natural.
Tulafuatale muteka winu panganda mwana kashi. Nomba. Bambi wala chiramu. Panganda utu walale salati na twala kumishishi.
I love someone, a girl who is just natural, a girl who is just herself, not someone who may be putting on Brazilian hair or something. Because other things they come with satanism, because satanism, the things which are making those girls paint and look so beautiful. So, what if someone is broke then? A girl wants to put on something which is not natural. So, put something which is like plastic. That's just plastic.
I don't like, the most thing I don't like about women are tattoos. I don't like seeing a woman like having a tattoo on her back or what, because those things are like demonical, like spiritually, yeah.
What I hate the most about that is their makeup. You know, some women, you know, the way they do things, you find that they'll be on a mirror like for about 30 minutes. They'll try to look beautiful. They'll put on this, no, they'll put on this, put on that, you know. It's more like it's too much. I can just go for a woman who is natural, just a woman who has nothing like doing things anyhow.
Yeah, I think for me, I look at it to be okay, because you find that some ladies have got short hair, and you see some men, they don't like short hair. So they would prefer, you know, trying out something else, like this artificial hair they put, so that they can look nice and beautiful. Because some men would start admiring other ladies with long hair, which is artificial, and that's not good. So I think if they go for that, they would look nice and please their men.
Thank you so much. I'm Judy Ngulube, and you are watching Woman 360. We've heard views from the men in the streets of Lusaka just telling us what type of woman they prefer, whether a natural one or a little bit more leaning on the artificial side, and they've given their reason as to why. Now, we move on to Father Shkaputo, who's just going to tell us what is it that the Bible says about beautifying yourself as a woman. Listen to this.
So we are talking about enhancement of the beauty of a woman. But to start with, what does the Bible say about maintaining beauty and the beauty of a woman?
Well, to begin with, we know that every person, man and woman, is created in the image and likeness of God. And after that creation, God said, indeed, this is very good. So from that very perspective, we can immediately state that every woman, every man, but especially women, are simply beautiful in the eyes of God, because that's the way they are created. Okay. And that comes from the creation stories of Genesis. Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 28, that talk about the creation of man and woman. And God exclaimed, this is beautiful. So a woman is simply beautiful because she's created in the image and likeness of God, the highest good.
Yeah. Maybe we misinterpret when the Bible says maintain your beauty so as to, you know, what does it really say about maintaining beauty of a woman?
Yeah, I think it even brings in a lot of controversies. When the Bible talks about beauty, it's not simply about physical beauty. It talks more about the inner beauty. It talks about the virtues and the appearance of a person or the inner disposition that a person has. But of course, we know that from the Bible, from the book of Deuteronomy, for example, talks about a certain way or a certain appearance of a woman. But we also need to be aware that the dressing or the way women dressed at that time and the way women dress now is completely different. And so we may not necessarily use the Bible to talk about the beauty of a woman now, because as I stated in the beginning, a woman is beautiful from the very beginning, okay? But we often confuse the appearance, sometimes the dressing, the headgear, and then we want to condemn or applaud those who are this way dressed and so on. But we need to be very careful that we are dealing with different times, you know, in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you've said nowadays, and the women nowadays dress differently and appear differently from those then.
Yeah.
But when we come to today,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guilty fake hair.
Yeah.
It has been going to now putting fake eyelashes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've come across people who put artificial nails.
That's right.
And then there's also the bleaching of the skin.
Yeah.
All this is in the name of wanting to improve myself, or is it look better for who
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah. Yeah.
So firstly, before we go to who women may be trying to impress,
Yeah.
we answer the question, what is your comment on all these artificial things that women are doing physically?
Well, naturally, everyone wants to look beautiful. Everyone wants to have a nice appearance, especially in public. But you also note a lot of exaggerations. People tend to exaggerate their appearances to an extent that you can hardly recognize them. I think that's where the problem lies. Looking beautiful and hygiene is a very important thing. And, you know, when the Bible talks about the type of hygiene that a woman should have, you know, in the book of Leviticus, which is very good. But then sometimes what you notice is people are changing their appearances. When it comes to skin bleaching, are we dealing with the person we knew before the skin was lightened, or the person we know, you know, the way they are? And so you find that people go all the way to spend a lot of money to change their appearances. I think changing one's appearance is obviously wrong, because we are all created unique. The way I appear, the way you appear. I am the only person this way. You are the only person this way. Now, why should I change the way I appear? Of course, I can comb my hair. I can clean my teeth. I can apply a bit of lotion on my face, as long as it does not change who I am. I think it's these exaggerations that are creating the problem, well, especially in women.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, Father, how much is too much? Because in this world, you are provided so many products. You say, no, you can clean your acne.
Yeah.
If you've got acne, you can do that. So from the clergy point of view, how much is too much?
Well, it's difficult to say how much is too much, because that can be relative and depending on different societies where we are living, but also depending on the weather conditions. Some people may have some natural problems where they will need to apply certain ointments in order to help them, you know, when there is too much sunlight and so on, in order to help them have a smooth skin. Now, that borders on medication. It is therapeutic, and sometimes people can have surgical operations in order to help them in a certain appearance, because there is a problem. If you take, for example, somebody who has scars on the face because of fire, okay, that may change. That may be done to change the appearance of that person, but that is a surgical and that is therapeutic. It is healing, because the person out of this accident has been distorted, and this distortion can be corrected. But the way I appear, whether I'm dark or whether I'm brown or whatever color I have,
what do you want to
yeah,
correct?
that's the way God has created me. But I have to take care of this appearance that I have, and not to change it, not to distort it, not to exaggerate it. So it's difficult to say how much is too much, okay? Because so many fashions are coming in. And now, for example, the book of Timothy, the first letter of Timothy, talks about, you know, women dressing decently. Now, what does it mean to dress decently? You know, the book of Deuteronomy also talks about, you know, a woman should not dress to appear like a man. Again, it's not just the pair of trousers or the type of hat or the type of spectacles that, you know, may appear masculine. It's about the inner disposition. Do I really want to appear like a woman? And we see so many things like that happening where, you know, men want to change their appearances and look like women, and women want to change their appearances, look differently, and sometimes even look like men. But that's the wrong part. Maintaining cleanliness, maintaining certain amount of beauty is always all right and accepted by society. But changing one's appearance is actually saying, I don't accept the way God has created me. I want to recreate myself. That's where the moral issue lies in, and that's where we have difficulties.
Okay. And then there's another issue. I did a small survey where I asked women, why you do this? Why would you want to make yourself look more like almost a doll or something like that? most people were saying, no, it's because that's what men admire, that's what men want. What would be your comment on that? Who should a person look beautiful for?
Well, again, as they say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. You know, sometimes we may send away men by the way you appear. I think right-thinking men want to see a real woman, a natural woman. I did an article for a magazine, the Challenge magazine, which is published by Mission Press, where we talked about the moral issues surrounding skin lightening and so on. Well, the interviews that I carried out, some showed that, you know, men are attracted by women who appear much lighter, or, you know, who are standing out of the crowd and so on. But that's not the point. If a man goes to look for a woman, I think they want to see a real woman, not an imitation of a woman. And so certain things that we do in the name of improving our beauty makes us imitations of who we are. We are not real. We are no longer real.
Thank you so much, Father.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay. You are still watching Woman 360, and you have heard it for yourself from Father Victor Shikaputo. Only correct that which needs to be corrected. But if you are intact, only maintain hygiene, and that's enough. You're beautiful just as you are. So join me on the other side.
Clergy point of view, we all have it now. Now let's go to that lady who just says, I cannot do without makeup. Not just basic makeup, but makeup that will stand out. I cannot do without sunglasses, fake nails, fake lashes. I have to have this as a woman, and it's part of my being.
Hi, Lupa. Thank you so much for making an appearance on Woman 360.
You're welcome.
Firstly, how would you describe beauty in a woman?
Beauty is about me. As long as I feel good and I feel I look good, then, you know, it shines, I guess.
Okay, nice. Now, Lupa, if you look at pictures or some of the things that a woman is supposed to enhance or beautifying.
Well, in today's century, everything is enhanced. Or, like for me, I always have to have my hair done. I have dark lips, so I usually use the cherry. So, and that brings out the darkness and then also adds a little hint of bright as well.
Okay, nice. Now let's talk about the nails. I've seen you've even got, there's gold and red. So what can you say about putting nails, enhancing them, the color you put?
I think it's good to play around with color when it comes to nails. Pretty much the one thing you can actually get away with playing color with, because I usually have each nail a different color sometimes, depending on how I feel that day. And I do my own nails, so it's not really, you don't have to go to a nail salon to do it. I just paint my own nails, and then, yeah, that's what I felt like doing yesterday, so I got it done.
Nice.
You know what makes this world beautiful is that everyone has got their own opinion, and everyone has got a different view in regards to whatever that you have to put on the plate. So tonight we've listened to two views so far. We've listened to the clergy, and we've listened to a lady who thinks being a woman and being a lady is just something that you can decorate yourself. You can be a flower and change your color every day. Now we go to Winnie, who is a naturalist. She has a different point of view when it comes to beauty of a woman.
Hello, Winnie. Thank you so much for appearing on Woman 360.
Thank you for having me, Judy.
And how are you?
I am blessed, thank you.
Okay, very nice. Today we're talking about beauty enhancement, and we know maybe it has been taken to another level currently, but on a more natural part, you're coming from that background. What can be enhanced on a woman's body?
You can enhance everything, from your body itself, to be fit, to eat well, and even your hair, your eyelashes, your feet, everything should be natural.
Okay. So currently we're seeing a lot of, the nails are fake, the whitening of the teeth are fake, the lashes are fake. I know hair has been way back, so that's not so, as in very, you can't say hair, no, we're used to that one. What can you say firstly about the current trends of beauty enhancement that you've noticed currently?
Well, most of the times, even I've heard people complain that one looks like a doll. She's not real anymore. She has put on fake eyelashes. The nails are like maybe 3 centimeters taller, longer, I mean. And you just find everything is not natural anymore about it, yeah.
Now, what are some of the side effects, the effects of being too artificial?
Well, let's go back to the skin first of all. The skin has pores and it needs to breathe. So if you're putting it on, let's say, too much makeup, you're clogging the pores. If it is eyelashes, they're going to put the eyelashes on with glue. So that glue is going to irritate your skin. And of course, when trying to remove them, sometimes you're going to cause damage to your skin. If it is nails, you're not allowing your own nail bed to breathe. So you find a lot of people have brittle nails after that, cracked nails, or fungus. Some ladies' nails turn green after that. Yeah, so those are some of the side effects.
And then there's another thing. I know in Zambia plastic surgery is very, very rare, but recently people are now, they're padded bras, but they'll maybe just add on to the bra. And something that really, really surprised me, I went somewhere having my dress made and I found hips being made for somebody, you know. Any comment on that?
That's a new one. Well, yes, we all went. Why not exercise right? Why not eat right? You can enhance your hips that way. Yes, than having artificial hips.
Okay. And what are the benefits of being natural? Maybe if you give us the benefits, we might just say, okay, let me stop this and go the natural way.
Well, the more natural you are, the better you feel about yourself. I know many people feel like, I don't know, she's crazy or something. But you feel more at ease with yourself because you don't have to worry about, did I put makeup on? Did I do this? Did I do that? You walk around and everybody's used seeing you like that, so they're not going to worry about you. And as they say, you know, black is beautiful, natural is beautiful. Yeah, so be yourself, be natural. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe we can run through some of the things that women enhance on their bodies, and you give us an alternative of the natural way. We'll start with the hair. We're all culprits there, I know.
Yes, that one, yeah, a lot of us are. I can't deny that. Well, there's not really much to hair unless you keep it natural on its own, because if you continue braiding it or putting on weaves and wigs, you find that your hairline starts beginning to thin or your hair inside begins to break, unless it is a hairdresser who really knows who has studied and really knows how to take care of the hair so that you do not have breakages. So go natural, and yes, of course, allow your hair to breathe sometimes. Go for a month without relaxing it or putting on a weave. If it is makeup, sometimes just go natural. See yourself the way you are. Yes. Yeah, it doesn't matter what people say, but you know, go natural. Okay. That's the alternative. I don't think there's much except if I go into food. Okay. Food, exercise, water. Yes, what you take in inside will show on the outside.
Okay. And then the other thing is eyebrows.
Yes.
Is there something we can make it look more natural, something that could be more comfortable with?
No, there's your eyebrows were made like the way they are.
If someone tweezes them, is there a way they can make them look more natural?
Yes, if you have somebody who's very good at tweezing, she really knows her work. She'll be able to design your eyebrows that they look so natural. People will be like, wow, she was born with them.
Okay. And you talked about makeup earlier on. How much is too much?
How much is too much? Yes, that's a good... It's when people cannot see you anymore, can't see the flaws in your skin, and they just see the cake. They can actually see the layers of foundation or powder on your face. Then that is too much. And then when you actually sweat, you wipe it off, you can actually see that, whoa, there's a big difference between there and there. Then you know that you've put it on too much.
Okay. Coming to the nails.
Okay.
Fake nails. What would be the alternative to make them look as gorgeous as when you want to have that thick nail, that volume? What can you do on the natural part?
Have a good manicure, pedicure. Yes, well, because a manicure and pedicure actually takes care of your feet and your hands, your nail beds. If there's any dead cuticles, any dead skin, that will be done. And then the oil will be done, because there is a whole process for taking care of feet and hands. And then the manicurist can actually, you know, varnish them so that they look so natural. And of course, going back to water and eating, when you eat the right food, you find your own nails grow to a certain length, and you can have like a French manicure done on your own nails. Yes, without having to put artificial ones.
Okay. And the whitening of teeth.
Yes, everybody wants to have white teeth. They are natural things. Bicarbonate soda is very good to whiten teeth. Not too much should be used.
Okay.
Of course, you use your toothpaste as well. And then also chewing certain fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
They strengthen the teeth and whiten them. They remove the stains. So that's another natural way to do it.
Okay. So what I know you've been talking about water, you've been talking about exercise. So what is the importance of being natural?
It makes you whole. Body, mind, even spiritually you feel, whoa, yes, I'm it. I mean, even biblically we are told that even to love God, you should love him with all your might, with all your heart, with all your strength. So even you, when you're taking care of yourself, as this being a temple, do it naturally.
Okay. Winnie, thank you so much for giving us this chat. Anything else you'd like to add on?
I'd just like to encourage all the women, even men I know are going into that direction nowadays. I'd encourage them that if you want to look beautiful, you're already beautiful, but enhance it with you are what you eat, you are what you drink, you are what you exercise. Take care of the machine and it'll take care of you.
Okay, that's Winnie, and that's her point of view when it comes to beauty, and she's given us some tips in the natural way. This is what we've been talking about tonight. She actually closes the show. We've been exploring beauty of a woman. We've been talking about how far can beauty enhancement be pushed, actually. Can it really go as far as being artificial completely and being so fake as a woman? But then there's no conclusion. Actually, the conclusion remains with you. You've got all three opinions. You make a choice. You know what really works for you. You know what works for the people around you. This is it for Woman 360 tonight. Join me next week at the same time. Good evening and God bless.
Hello, this is Woman 360 and I am Judy Ngulube. Today I'm very excited because I'm talking to two beautiful ladies who I have heard sing, and they've got beautiful Zambian songs that you can really relate to and can really talk into your lives. And today I've brought you out of the studio. I'm out here. It's a nice place, very airy, and I'm going to talk to these two ladies, Anna Mwale and Mao Mwale. She was telling me what her name means yesterday, and it's a fantastic name. Anyway, let's talk to the ladies about, firstly, how they grew up, the music industry they're in, them being women in the music industry, as well as them just letting us know a little bit on what's their secret. How come they're not talking about sex, they're not taking off their clothes, but the music is selling? Because most people are saying women are taking off because they want to sell and it's a market strategy. Anyway, let me not talk too much. Anna, thank you so much for appearing on Woman 360.
Glad to be here.
Okay. And Mao, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm very fine. So, ladies, let's start from how you grew up, because I find it very fascinating that sisters can all be in love with music. How did you grow up? Just tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, my mother, yes, our mother. My mother.
Our mother. My mother.
Was very musical. Our granddad used to play guitar, actually. And growing up, we always had music around us, right?
Yeah, in fact, Mummy used to make us, do house chores with music. She'd make us shine the floor. There's the mats, put on the music,
and then we dance.
Then we dance,
While working.
Is there one little song maybe you remember that you used to sing as little girls, as teenagers growing up, that really pops off just from the top of your head?
To be honest, I don't remember I do remember certain songs, but I remember growing up with South African music. You know, she played because she's from the South. So she would play a lot of Soul Brothers. So songs as such, it wasn't
Mahotela Queen.
Mahotela Queen. Yeah. So it's not like really were singing our own songs, but we would listen to a lot of other different types of music, you know.
Okay.
So it was mostly Soul Brothers. Yeah. And she'd play them and would be danced to them.
Okay. We just hear of the Mola sisters. Is there a guy in the family, or it was just a family of sisters?
3 boys.
3 boys.
Unfortunately, one passed away.
Oh, sorry about that.
In 2005. He's the one who actually was the most musical. He's the one who taught me to play guitar. Yeah.
Okay.
With the jack, yeah. But I have a brother in London who does music as well. So not just the girls are musical.
In the morning. Introducing new on the market, Big Tree Custard Powder. Made with the finest ingredients, comes in 4 amazing flavors. Original, strawberry, banana and chocolate. So there's a Big Tree Custard just for you. Big Tree Custard Powder. Big Tree Custard Powder. Good to the last spoonful.
Now, moving on to women in music. Most people say they